This is Fox 21 News at 5:30.
I'm Dan Hanger. At this hour, a severe weather outbreak is happening in the Northland with active warnings. Let's go to the Weather Center now with Rusty.
Well, things have definitely escalated over the past hour. What was just a couple isolated severe thunderstorms has now led to a tornado watch for most of the Northland. You can exclude Couchiching, Itasca, Aiken, Iron counties, and the Upper Peninsula, but everybody else under this tornado watch until 11 o'clock. And you see the red boxes. Those are tornado warnings. The first one issued in St. Louis County for this particular cell. Seeing a little bit more development now just to the west of that. But this is the one that actually led to a confirmed tornado. A sheriff's deputy did catch it crossing Highway 53 south of Cotton. I do want to change over to this product. I'm going to step aside real quick. You can see the loop that's going through. This is our velocity. This tells us which ways the winds are going. And actually, if I move it right to there. So this is the moment when we actually had the tornado seen on our radar right there in between Cotton and Canyon. So right about there was where the tornado crossed the highway. So the other storm that we're now watching is this line that has been forming just along I-35. You can see it just to the south of Cloquet, has passed through Moose Lake, Sandstone, Hinckley, and you see the second tornado warning that is now in effect until the 6 o'clock hour for parts of Carlton County. Now, as we zoom on in, this is the area of greatest concern, right and around the Barnum, Menadgee, just south of Matoa. You can see those lighter colors and a little bit of difference in regards to the coloring here. That could be a sign of rotation. So we are keeping a close eye on this, and you can see that direction heading towards the Twin Ports. So all of this is part of a line that is ahead of a cold front that is making its way across the Northland. So we had originally a severe thunderstorm warning near the Ely area, possible winds and hail, and then we're starting to see this rotation. So eventually all of this, as it makes its way to the east-northeast, is going to become more linear and become more of a wind threat. But until then, these individual pockets could have enough rotation at the surface for a brief tornado. Again, the risk is slight, but we're seeing it. Hail 2 inches plus, wind gusts up to and over 60 miles per hour, and at least for the next few hours, a few possible tornadoes. There's the low pressure system. There are the fronts. There's the high on the backside. That is what we're going to be waiting for in hopefully a few hours' time, because once this line comes on through, conditions improve, and we finally change things over from summer to fall. Enjoy the 70s. It's as warm as it's going to get for a while, folks. We'll get you the latest forecast, the latest warnings, everything weather-related later on.
Okay, Rusty, thank you, and just let us know if you need to come back on the air.
Well, it is happening, folks. That transition from summer to fall leading to this, a nice line of scattered showers and thunderstorms. And as you can see by the boxes, some severe weather alerts, including a couple tornado warnings. My eyes are now starting to focus on what is happening in eastern Carlton County. You can see this line starting to become a little bit more linear, moving a bit more north instead of east. So definitely keep an eye out in the Cloquet area. We're going to zoom on in where that is a tornado warning. The yellow box is a severe thunderstorm warning. Wouldn't be surprised if we get another one extended southward for this storm that is now moving to the east of Sandstone. So again, when we have tornado warnings, we're concerned about rotation, which can be that wall cloud, if not a funnel cloud, if not an actual tornado on the ground, pretty much right along I-35 right now. This lighter color showing me some stronger winds, and you see the little bit of difference in color between the green and the red. That's my concern at the moment. So given that this scan is a few minutes old, I'm thinking probably just to the east of Matoa, heading towards Atkinson, heading towards Black Bear, and eventually heading towards Cloquet. So anyone along I-35 in Carlton County, north of Barnum, got to be on alert. This tornado warning goes until 6 o'clock. Wouldn't be surprised if we get an extension of it. Meanwhile, the other storm that did prompt the tornado warning, actually did see a photo on social media of the actual tornado, if not the funnel cloud just off the surface. It is starting to weaken as it heads towards Colvin there and heading more north-northeast. So hopefully by the time it reaches the Babbitt area, if it does reach that far, it's going to be more of a severe weather threat with wind and hail. So again, we do have a tornado watch for St. Louis, Lake, Cook, Carlton, Pine, Burnett, Washburn, Sawyer, Douglas, Bayfield, and Ashland counties. Those run until 11 o'clock. We're going to keep you posted on our program here, also on air afterwards, and also online at fox21online.com.
All right, thanks. We'll have an update for you in just a bit as well.
All right, so it's getting very interesting here in the Northland, to say the least. I'm working my way back and forth from the green screen to the Weather Center. But this is now the main event, ladies and gentlemen. You see this new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for parts of Pine, Carlton, St. Louis, and Douglas counties. Basically, the National Weather Service office here in Duluth is saying, within this line, there's going to be some winds up to 60 miles per hour. There's going to be hail up to 1 inch in diameter. And yes, thanks to this little supercell of a storm, we could see some potential rotation and a brief tornado. Again, the strongest winds, to my eyes, pretty much right over I-35, south of Twin Lakes, Black Bear Casino. Over there is Carlton. There's Cloquet. So all of this continuing to move to the north. So yes, Cloquet, probably by 6 o'clock, you're going to start to see those pretty gusty winds. And then nothing has been showing up in regards to an actual rotation with this particular storm, but anything can pop up pretty quickly. So be prepared for that. But everybody else in that severe thunderstorm warning, you've got a little more time to get to some shelter here. New severe thunderstorm warning now issued for that one storm that did produce a tornado along Highway 53 south of Cotton. Again, threat here is going to be 60-mile-per-hour winds and some hail, 1 inch plus. And you see this nice little storm now to the west of Ely. Wouldn't be surprised if that gets a severe thunderstorm warning as well. It's a nice line making its way across the region here, but it is starting to become a line instead of just individual thunderstorm cells. So hopefully by 7 o'clock, if not a little bit after that, we're going to be dealing more with a wind event as that pushes its way to the east, but you might get those little notches along the way that could make things kind of tornadic. Again, brief, but anything brief could still be pretty dangerous in certain spots. Tornado watch in the yellow. There are the warnings in the orange and the red. It's going to be fun, folks. We're going to do our best to keep you up to date. It's all thanks to that low pressure system that is making its way to the northwest. The fronts that are sparking off all our precipitation and storms. That's the high pressure system that is going to be giving us some calmer conditions tomorrow. So we'll get that line through. And in fact, by midnight, we are pretty much going to be done with the precipitation side of things. You can see some clearing skies already, and they're going to stay clearing out as we go through your Friday. A gorgeous day, but a transition day. Take a look at the winds. No more south, southwest, west overnight, and definitely out of the west tomorrow. 10 to 20 mile per hour gusts. That is going to keep the temperatures a little bit cooler. Upper 50s, low 60s for your lows tonight. Back to the 70s tomorrow. I'm not predicting any 80s across the region, and it is going to be comfortable outside as those dew points are back down into the 50s. No more humid conditions. In fact, I don't know when the next time we're going to feel humid out there. Well, maybe a little bit Saturday. We'll talk about that in just a sec because I do want to show you that, yes, the cool down begins. And we're going to keep an eye on Saturday because we have another storm system that's going to make its way towards Canada. It's going to bring a couple of fronts across the region. Our Futurecast model doesn't show it, but I think there is going to be widely scattered to scattered showers and thunderstorms across the region as we go through Saturday evening and overnight, sort of firing up a little bit more to the west, but I do think there is that chance. Sunday's looking pretty nice and seasonal. So, looking ahead, 60s are going to be the temperature range for next week.
So that Highway 53, they actually saw it touch down, so it's not considered a funnel cloud?
It is an actual confirmed tornado. It was a sheriff's deputy who did see the tornado on the ground as it crossed the highway between Cotton and Canyon.
Gotcha. Okay, and we are getting video in. I think don't have it at the moment. So we're going to show that within this newscast, just getting in from Highway 53 south of Cotton.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we will be right back. Yes, we will.
So this is a picture of that tornado that crossed over Highway 53 between Cotton and Canyon. A big thanks to Mark Paulson for capturing this. This is from the east shore of Lake Elora, looking west. Getting a lot of footage of this here, so we'll be sharing more of them throughout the evening and our 9 o'clock newscast.
All right, and then here's this video really fast I want to show you. Highway 53 south of Cotton. that I believe is ready to go. Yeah, there it is. So there they are, south of Cotton, Highway 53, after it crossed over. Pretty impressive there. And it's exactly what you were seeing on your radar earlier with that, with the wind velocity, I guess, showing it coming in toward the radar and away from the radar,
Yes.
showing that spinning,
Yes.
right? Okay, that is something. And by the way, there's been no reports of any injuries or anybody hurt, so that's good. And hopefully it's rural enough to where nobody's going to have any damage. But we'll keep you up to date and more at 9 o'clock.
Okay, so the latest tornado warning that has just been issued is what is extending just towards Proctor, Oliver, Hermantown. That is until 6:30 this evening. No confirmed tornadoes, but it does have a history of funnel clouds. It is going through northeast Carlton County right now. So Carlton, Renshaw, Jay Cook, Cloquet, if you are in that corridor, Esco as well. Be prepared for some high winds, some hail, and maybe a funnel cloud here or there. This is all part of a line that is making its way across the region. You see the other severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado watch in effect for most of the Northland until 11 o'clock. We'll keep you posted both on air and online.